Hey Flosstube, it's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is enjoying this beautiful day. It's a beautiful spring day here. The temperatures are, the sun is shining bright and it's warm, but it's still cool enough that you would just enjoy being outside. We've spent the majority of the day outside in the yard. I've gotten a chance to plant some new seeds and new flowers and just enjoyed having my fingers in the dirt. It's a wonderful feeling. This week I have continued to work on my Mania for this month, and I'm dubbing this Mania for me as a little Mania. So I am starting things that I know that I can finish within the month of May so that I get that burst of adrenaline from a small finish, but at the same time, I do not want to carry anything outside of Mania that I started within Mania. So let's get started. I want to show you my focus piece. I have continued to work on Blackbird's Designs, Birds of a Feather. I'm doing this as a stitch along with a few of the other ladies that I've mentioned before. We're posting weekly pictures of our progress on Fridays. We're dubbing it Friendship Friday. And we also have a little group chat, and we're just really cheering each other on. I know one of the participants, Becky, Socks for Mom, recently finished this piece this week, and hers is stunning. It's stunning. She's such a wonderful stitcher. But I want to share with you where I've gotten on my piece this week. And I finished up one of the large birds. So last week, I was able to finish up the cardinal and the flower limb that cardinal is sitting on. And this week, I finished this large bird. And I love that teal in his head that is also in his legs. It's just that pop of color that it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And I was also able to work on the center flower. The stem on that flower is actually 3 stitches wide, and I did a good portion of that as well as the leaves in the tree. So this is where I am with the piece as a whole. I did say in my last video that I had a goal of working on the fall sampler this week, and I was hoping to get the horse finished so I would have something beautiful to show you this week on this video. But guess what? I've not touched that pattern, that piece all week. So the only focus piece, I'm now down to just 2 focus pieces. The only piece I have worked on is this one, which is the Birds of a Feather piece, as far as focus pieces goes. Last week, May 1st, was the start of Stitch Mania. So I finished this small perforated paper piece, which is Della Robbia by Foxwoods Crossing, and it is a pattern that came with 3 patterns for 3 sled pieces. So I finished this one. The individual pieces do not have names, but I'm dubbing this one Pineapple pattern. I finished this one. And I also finished this one, which I featured in a finishing video for these sleds. And I'm calling this one the Pineapple or fruit urn piece, because there are berries and then a pear here, and this looks like an urn. And I also want to share with you all that 2 or 3 of my viewers were kind enough to let me know that when they had read or had finished themselves these very sleighs, and what they did, instead of cutting out the pattern from the perforated paper and then adhering the stitchery tape, that they will adhere the stitchery tape to the finished piece and then cut both of them out at the same time. Where I did it separately, I cut the piece out, then adhered the stitchery tape, then cut the stitchery tape from the edges of the pattern. They did it both at one time by adhering that stitchery tape to the back of the piece prior to cutting it out. And I thank them all, for the 3 of them, for mentioning that. I was doing it, working harder and not smarter. So it was a great idea, and I want to thank you all for sharing that with me so I could pass it on to the viewers that watched the video and that plan to finish a few of these sleds. So on to the third finish. So on May 3rd, I started this one and finished it on the 4th, and I'm calling this Flower Basket. And I love the colors there. And I actually did the red color. It's supposed to be reversed. It's 2 colors in the flower, and I did it in reverse and had already stitched a few of the flowers before I realized my mistake, so I just rolled with it. But you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. So I have those 3 finishes. And on the 4th of May, I picked up this piece, which is So Many Stitches by Sue Hillis Designs. And I have a small finish on this I want to share with you. I really enjoyed this. It made me happy. I love the muted tones of the red. It's a more aged red. It's not a bright, vibrant red. And then the teal in the letters and the border. Now this piece, I enjoyed stitching it very much. And then there's the back stitch. Backstitch is not my favorite thing to do. I don't mind it so much when I'm backstitching lettering, meaning the letters themselves are backstitched. They're not stitched and then backstitched, but backstitched letters I don't mind. But the scissors were chock full of backstitching. I muddled through. I'm glad I did. I love this little finish. It's a sweet little finish. And now it's part of my Mania 2020. With this specific pattern, I did have a few questions because people saw my post on Instagram and went out looking for it. This piece is not a freebie piece. It is a complimentary design that come from an order that I placed with Sue Hillis to get charms for a stitch along that I will be hosting on June 1st. And I wanted to make sure everyone understood it's not, as far as I know, it's not listed anywhere for a free download. This came as it says right here, a complimentary chart from Sue Hillis herself. So if you're really interested in this design, just go to Sue Hillis's website. I'll link it below. Take a look at her designs. You may find 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 that you like, and you purchase them, and chances are, just like I did, you're going to receive this with your order as part of that order. So know that. And then on the 6th, is it 5th? Was it 5th or was it 6th? I think it was 6th. I've lost count already. I started this sweet piece, and this is Tomato Tart by Heart and Hand. And I have a sweet little finish on that. And here you go. What I did with this one is I used an idea that Lynette of Homesteading on the Home Front, she shared this with us many videos ago when she was still in Guam. She said that, you know, oftentimes to give something a variegated look when she doesn't have hand-dyed flosses, she would blend 2 different colors to give it that look. Now this piece, the pattern calls for 2 weeks Dotworks colors, and the DMC conversion to those colors are 918 and 501. And 501, of course, is the tomato's cap, and the 918 is the body of the tomato. So since the previous pattern I had stitched and I still had the threads out, this tomato was stitched with 355 and 356. So what I did was incorporate the 355, which was the lighter of those 2 colors, into this to give it a variegated look. So you can see, like mainly in this area, I stitched just with the 918, so you've got a more solid color. But in this area, I blended the 918 with 1 thread of 355 to give it that variegated look. And here's the finish. I really like this, and I love that it's finished into a little heartware bowl here on the pattern cover. I decided instead of doing the heartware bowl, I went on Amazon and ordered 3 of the small Tart pans. This bowl is 4 inches wide. That I looked it up online at their website. It's 4 inches wide, so I went on Amazon and ordered 3 4-inch wide Tart pans. And when they come in, they're just gonna be silver, and I plan to paint one of them and then finish this piece into that Tart pan. So hopefully by the next video, I think the pans are due to come in by the end of the week. Then I will have another FFO to share with you. And I also was looking through my stash upstairs and found that I do have more wool sheets. I thought that I didn't realize I did. I thought that I had used them all when I made the finish on the patriotic pin cushion that I made several videos back. It was a Blackbird design in full glory, and I finished it with wool, and I thought I had used it up, but I found another small stash of wool. And as soon as I saw it, my mind went right back to where I purchased it and why I put it where I put it. But I was happy to find it because I do have red and green piece of wool. So I'm hoping to also make this little pin cushion, this little strawberry, to add to the pin cushion finish when it gets there. So there's those. And I also got a few stitches in this piece. This is a current width, and this is Dinah's Garden Strawberry by Lila's Studio. Hold on just a second. Let me turn on the light. Okay. This is Dinah's Garden Strawberry by Lila's Studio. And I started this at the New Jersey retreat a couple of years ago. And so I put a few stitches in this on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday night. And then I decided I don't plan on working on this anymore during Mania. It's just a whip. I thought I would, work on it and maybe finish it, but it is larger than it looks. It's not something I can finish in 2 or 3 days. So at some point I will work this into my rotation, but not right now. So this wasn't a start. It was just a little work in progress, and I'm gonna put this back up for right now. I did get a tiny bit of stash, and I'm gonna kind of segue between 2 things with this. I just recently finished Caroline Behringer, and I was doing it as a stitch along with my friend Donna of D Squared, and she has sent me her pattern to do as a giveaway here on my channel. And I would hope that at some point we'll see Donna on her video soon, or on her channel soon. So I was surprised when she offered to send this to me to do as a video on my channel, but I hope that doesn't mean that you plan on dropping away from us, because we want to see you again, Donna. So for Donna, I am doing this giveaway. And what I would like for you all to do is, if you're interested in getting this piece, know that all the normal rules apply. You must be 18 years or older. You must be a subscriber. You must be a follower. And I will let you know sometime this coming Friday or Saturday if you are the winner of this giveaway. And to enter this giveaway, what I would like for you to do is show some love to Donna in the comments below. And I know she'll watch this video, and when she does, she's gonna know to look down below and see all the comments. And that's where I'll be choosing the winner from. So since Donna and I stitched this piece together, we were together when we purchased it, when we kitted it up. We started it over a year ago. We decided to work on it this year. We finished it. We both enjoyed it so much. We're gonna do it again. So Donna knows of my love for Lottie Da, and she really liked this piece, and she said, let's do this again. You wanna do it on this piece, what do you think? And sign me up, Donna, I wanna do it. So I ordered this piece, and this is Deeda Quaker. It's stitched with 2 colors. It gives needlepoint silks and DMC. And just to give you a visual, since most of us actually know DMC numbers and colors, it's 3371, which of course is a black brown, a very dark brown, and 632, which is desert sand, which is sometimes used as a flesh tone. Those are the two colors in this piece. So to start this, Donna and I are going to start it on July 1st. I decided to get a piece of Winter Moon. It's not a color I've bought before, but let me hold it back a little bit. It's pretty bright. It's not white. It's more of a creamy white. And I think it's going to be just a little too bright for this piece. So because both two patterns can't travel, a pattern can't travel alone, two patterns like to travel together. I also purchased this piece, which is the Scarlet House Sweet Tomato. So I've decided instead of using Winter Moon for the La-Di-Da, I'll use Winter Moon for Sweet Tomato. So Donna, I've got to order another piece. And let me know what color you're using, lady. So I've got a theme going here with tomatoes. I don't know why I'm honing in on tomatoes lately, but I really love this one too. So this will be a start soon. So I have that. And so this week, I'm not even going to give you a goal because I didn't stick to last week's goal. So what I'm going to do for this coming week is I'm going to continue to work on my MAYnia smalls, my MAYnia littles. I may do another sled. I may do the next pattern of 3. I did get a package in the mail today. I may start that one. What was in that package is last year I had planned to go to Needlework Galleria with Dinah, and things just didn't work out. My dad had been sick. Things were just going on, and several of the retreats I've signed up for the past 2 years, just things have not worked out when it would be time to go, and I was unable to go, and that was one of those times. And so I made a list. There were things that were limited edition things that you could only get there. And so Donna picked up a couple of those things with me. And one of them was the tea strainer, the little tea strainer ball by Heartstring Samplery, where she had stitched in them with needle and thread in the wire mesh of the tea strainer as a Christmas ornament. So I do have that pattern in one of the tea balls, so I may try to do that. And the other thing she picked up for me, and this is Edgar Scissor Bird, and this is by Lindy Stitches, and this is just a pair of my scissors, but it's a scissors holder, and you slip your scissors into the back of the bird's head, and it comes down, and the tip of the scissors become the beak. So isn't that really neat? So you see there, it's from Lindy Stitches, and it has the cutest little card, and it tells you about him. And this is a certificate of adoption. And it tells you, never more lose your scissors. Edward keeps them safe, even during midnight dreams. But once again, here he is. He's the cutest little thing, so he'll look really cute sitting on my bookshelf. I also want to announce that on my last video, I did a giveaway for so many stitches because I knew I would be finished with it before this video. So the winner for this was Bonnie Mitchell. I reached out to her this morning. She's already responded. And Bonnie, I'll get this piece in the mail to you this coming Monday. Congratulations on winning the pattern. And once again, for those that are interested, just leave a little sweet comment for Donna below to enter for this one. And until next time, everyone continue to make those MAYnia posts on Instagram. I'm enjoying seeing everybody's works. I hope everyone gets in a lot of Flosstube watching while you're working on MAYnia. I know I've found a couple of new to me Flosstubers this week, and one is Barbara's daughter. She is definitely a sister stitcher to me. She stitches so many things that I either already have on the go, that I have in stash, and I binge watched her this week because she is just all over my stitch style. I just really loved her. I also watched a couple videos from Georgia Girl Stitching. I will link them both below. I suggest you go out and give them a look too, and welcome them to Flosstube, because they're both very new here. And other than that, like I said, just enjoy your mania. Until next time, hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye-bye.